geometry. So the beautiful thing is I wrote all the definitions in for you. So all you have to do now is draw pretty pictures to go with them, okay? First thing that we're gonna talk about is a point. And I've drawn lots of points in things we've done without maybe even realizing we've drawn lots of points. Thank you. Kelly. Oh, this is right now. You are meeting. The video will be on Canvas, so you can watch it later. Okay, so a point is just a location. It has no actual size. It's just a point. So the way we work with points is we'll have like a little dot somewhere, right? It is a point, and then we name it with a capital letter. So this is point A is how we would say that. Okay, point A. A line is a straight path that goes on forever and ever and ever in both directions. So a line has no end, okay? It just keeps going. The way that we draw a line, if we were technically gonna draw a line, it's just a bunch of points all really close together so we don't see any gaps. So technically a line is gonna be like all these points so close that you can't see a gap. We don't draw it that way. The way we draw it is just a line with an arrow on each end. The way we name it, there's a few ways, okay? One way that you can name a line is sometimes they'll put like a cursive letter at the end of the line, okay? So if it looked like this, we would say this is called line L. Most of the time, that won't be the case. Most of the time, they're gonna give you points, and to name a line, you must use 2 points, not 3, not 1, exactly 2 points to name a line. So if I have point A and point B, for instance, it doesn't matter where those points are on the line. Any 2 points on a line can name a line. So I would call this line AB. We put a little line over top to represent it, and that is just said line AB. Okay, so the quotes are what you speak. The symbol is what you will write on your paper to represent line AB. Okay. The other thing with lines is the order of your letters doesn't matter. So technically, you could also call this line BA, and it's the same line. Okay, line AB, line BA, they're both good. Questions thus far? Okay, third thing is a plane. And a plane is a flat surface. You can't really see a plane. It's not like, oh, there's a plane, because there's planes everywhere in this room right now and we don't see them, okay? Now you can visualize it with a surface, like the floor of our room is very much like a plane. Something, the ground that just keeps going. The difference is a plane goes on forever in every direction. That's why we say we can't really represent it well with an object, because my floor doesn't keep going forever in every direction, right? But has no thickness, has an infinite number of lines in it. So the way we represent a plane is often with kind of a parallelogram, if you will. And then we're going to put some points on here. So call this point A, point B, point C. I wrote that strangely. I'm going to put a point D on there. And then I'm going to put the letter P, but I need you to notice that my P does not have a point, okay? So here's my P, but don't put a point in front of it. Okay, when you name a plane, here's your little star, asterisk, whatever. You name a plane with at least 3 points. Okay, so I could call this right now plane A, B, C. Okay, now the trick is my points can't go straight because let's say my arm right now is going to represent a plane, okay, a horizontal plane through my arm. If I pick a point here, here, and here in a straight line, there's another plane that goes through my arm. Do you see it? This way, right? Vertically, or this way. So there's an infinite number of planes that could cut through if my 3 points are in a straight line, okay? So we want 3 points that are not in a straight line when we name a plane, okay? We'll say not in a line, so you don't forget that part of it. But I can use more letters. So I could also call this plane ABCD, okay? But notice P does not have a point in front of it, so I cannot call it plane PAC. However, if there's no point in front of it, then you can name it with just that letter. That letter is representing the whole plane. So I could also call this plane P. Okay, that's the only time you can use one letter to name a plane is if it's not a point on the plane. It's just a letter representing the whole thing. So far, so good? Questions on that? Okay, then we have collinear points and coplanar points, and maybe you see some words in there that we've been talking about. Collinear has line in it. Coplanar has plane in it. So collinear points are points that lie on the same line, okay? For instance, if I have a line, that's a terrible line. Sorry, I'm not in Notability, so my lines don't get made straight for me. So I'm sorry for my crooked lines. Those are coplanar points. Sorry, those are collinear points. They're also coplanar, but those are collinear points. They're on the same line, okay? Collinear. Coplanar points just means they're on the same plane. So if I have a plane that looks like this, and I have all these points on that plane, I would say those are coplanar points. They all lie on plane B, if you will. Okay? Coplanar. There's also something called non-collinear. What do you suppose that means? They're not on the same line. So non-collinear would be like those 3 points. There's no way I can put a line through those 3 points, okay? There's also something called non-coplanar. And non-coplanar is the same way. I cannot put a plane through the points. Now here's the thing. You're gonna learn some theorems tomorrow about this. I'm just gonna tell you one of them right now. Any 3 points will always have a plane through it. There's no way to have 3 points that I can't put a plane through. So if I'm looking for things that are non-coplanar, I need at least 4 points. And I'll explain that more tomorrow. Don't worry about it. But non-coplanar would be like, I have this plane, I've got 3 points on the plane, and then this one random point down here. I cannot put a plane through all 4. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at some of that. Example 1 here, you have this picture, and it asks you what are 2 other ways to name line QT. Notice the arrows over top of Q and T. That is line QT. If I want to name it 2 other ways. So first thing I want you to see is it's a line. It keeps going. That's this one, right? So line QT for me is that neon green. Can anyone tell me another way to name that? Line M, okay, you can use the little cursive-y one, line M, and then I heard some other options, but say it again. Line TQ, so that's using the same letters just in reverse. Technically, yes, you can call that line, actually, I don't need to write line for that. Oops. So TQ with the line over top, that means line TQ. Anyone see another way? NT, line NT would work. Q is also on that line, so you could say QN. right? So Q, T, or N, any two of those letters in either order is fine. Okay? Okay. Plane P. Do you see the P? Is there a point in front of it? No. So plane P is that whole plane. Okay? I want two other ways to name that plane. Remember, they should not be in a straight line. How many letters do we need?
3.
At least 3. So plane what? VRQ. Plane VRQ is one option. Is plane RQS an option? No, because there's multiple planes that go through that, right? We don't want them in a straight line. Give me another one. S. Say it again. So SQN technically is a plane too. It's not the plane we're looking at, right? But SQV would be one. That's more of what I'll talk to you about tomorrow. But yes. So that's two other options there, okay? You could also call it plane RQSV. So you can have 4 letters, you can have 5 letters, you can have 6 letters. You cannot have less than 3. All right? Okay, can you give me 3 points that are collinear? RQS, okay? Now here's the thing. Whenever I tell people, give me 3 collinear points, they often give me this as the answer. But you didn't name those as points, right? They are points that we're naming, so make sure you say point R, point Q, and point S. Okay, those are 3 collinear points. There's another set of collinear points. What is it? N, Q, and T. Right? N, Q, T are all on the same line. So collinear, same line. Coplanar, same plane. Okay? Okay, 4 coplanar points, rather. Sorry. What? Uh-huh. Yes. Okay, so you can do the 4 that are on the yellow plane there. Here's something fancy for you. You could also do R, Q, S, and T. Do you see that? If this is my plane and here's R, Q, S, and T is up here, I can put a plane through that. It's not the plane they showed me, but there is a plane there. All right, we're getting there. How's your brain? Can you cross your midline? We're getting there. All right, a few more terms. Space, okay? Whenever we talk about something in space, we're thinking 3 dimensions. So when you see in space, think 3D, okay? It is the set of points in 3 dimensions. So it will never be flat, right? In space is always going to have depth to it. A segment is like a line, but it doesn't keep going. So it's between 2 endpoints, you'll get a segment. So like this, for instance, there will be a point here, call this H, call this I. Notice there's no arrows that keep going. That's a segment, okay? We call this segment HI, and we put the bar over top, but no arrows, okay? So this is segment HI is how you say it. What's the other way you could name it? IH. Good. Exact same segment, okay? Order doesn't matter there. Okay, and then array kind of takes a segment and a line and puts them together. So half of it's a segment, half of it's a line. Put it together, you get a ray, and this one, order matters. Okay, let's say this is KJ. The way you name it is you have to start with the end point. Which one of these is the end point, do you suppose? The K, okay? This is ray KJ. So you put the arrow pointing to the right, and we call it ray KJ. Okay, now the tricky part with this is, what if the ray looks like this? It's ray BA, and your arrow still points to the right, okay? You have to start with the end point. So you start at the B, you go to the A, and the arrow points to the right because from B through A, okay? So just be careful with that. Even if the ray is pointing in the other direction, you're always going to draw an arrow to the right. Okay, last term, then 4 quick things, and we're done. Opposite rays. Basically, that's 2 rays that share an endpoint but go in perfectly opposite directions. So if I draw a line and I put point C here and point D here and point K here, okay? The opposite rays have to share a point. So I can't start at D and I can't start at K. I have to start at C. And I would say I have CD as a ray and CK as a ray. Oh, I must be thinking of my brother, Craig Daniel and Craig Kootstra. I love him. Anyway, so those would be my opposite rays. They share the C. One goes through D, one goes through K. Okay? Okay. You are going to talk to your neighbor, and you're going to name as many segments as you can. You're going to name the rays that you can. You're going to name the opposite rays. That'll just be one answer, 2 different rays that are opposite rays. And then answer the question, are EF and FE opposite rays? Do that. Did you get through them all? Tell me what you got for the segments. I heard DE, I heard EF. Okay, so here's the thing, and I didn't mention this again. I kind of briefly mentioned it. If you tell me DE, you don't have to tell me ED. It's the same segment, right? So you don't have to repeat it in the opposite order. So DE, EF, there's one more. DF or FD. You may do either one, okay? So that's the first one. The rays. A ray has to have an endpoint and be everything to one side of that endpoint. So if I start at D, the only ray that I have is from D, everything this way. Well, notice that puts me through what other points? E and F. So you may name it DE with the arrow to the right, or you may name it DF with the arrow to the right, but it is the same ray. You don't need both of those, okay? What if I start at E? What rays do you see from E? ED, arrow to the right. EF, arrow to the right. Do you see any other ones?
Isn't like F and D and H just ones on
Not, but you always need 2 letters to name it, right? So if we start at F, what ray do you see? Either E or D, it's the same ray. So you could call it FE or you could call it FD. It is still this ray because it's got the arrow. It means it goes forever. So it goes through both of them. Okay? What were the opposite rays? Starting at E, EF, and ED. Okay? And then are EF and FE opposite rays? No, they have to share an endpoint, right? So this one starts at E, this one starts at F. We would say no, they don't share an endpoint. You cannot have any overlap.